The city of Philadelphia made a promise to go green, and part of that promise includes using solar energy to power some of its buildings. So the NBC10 investigators went to central Pennsylvania to look at the city's solar farm. Investigative reporter Claudia Vargas shows us why Philadelphia taxpayers may be losing out on some savings.
The NBC10 investigators hitting the road to see how much progress Philly has made on its solar project. But before we arrive, a look at how we got to this point. In 2017, the city announced that all city buildings would be powered by renewable energy by 2030. Solar energy would play a big role. 2 years later, the Philadelphia Energy Authority signed a contract to build a 70-megawatt solar farm in Straben Township, Adams County, in south central Pennsylvania.
We wanted to keep it within the state specifically, and we were trying to get it as close to Philadelphia as possible.
Dominic McGraw is the city's energy manager. He says the solar farm is expected to produce nearly 1/4 of the energy the city uses to power its facilities. The project was scheduled to be operational by October 31st of 2020. So we drove nearly 3 hours west to see the panels for ourselves.
And when we got to Adams County, this is what we found.
Not a solar panel in sight. This field is one of 16 that is supposed to make up the solar farm. We went to another plot of land designed for Philly's solar project, and we found the same thing, overgrown grass. None of the 16 lots have solar panels.
What happened?
I mean, there was quite a few things, but the pandemic being the majority reason for that.
One of the issues, he said, was supply chain.
There were big disruptions to manufacturing.
Seth Blumsack is an energy policy professor at Penn State. He said once supply issues are resolved, solar farms can be developed rather quickly.
If all went well with installation and kind of landowner negotiations, it would be a matter of months before those panels would start producing energy.
The city also cited Pennsylvania's 6-week construction moratorium in spring of 2020 as a reason for the delay.
We did as much of the back of house work that could be done with like permitting and everything, but construction just ultimately got held up, and that set us back.
After looking at the empty fields, we stopped at the Straben Township Municipal Building. This is where the solar developers would get the green light to build the project. The Township Board of Supervisor minutes show the project received preliminary approval in December of 2019. We looked through the plans filed.
And these would be all the solar panels right here.
A Straben Township clerk told us that none of the developers involved have gone back for final approval, which would allow them to begin construction. The project has had 3 different owners. The original developer, Community Energy, said they got the permitting done and sold the project. The next company to own it, Engie, declined to say why it did not finish the project. And new owner Energic says it is working to develop and build Philly's solar farm. The city has since agreed to a new estimated date of completion for the project, May of 2025. But they hope to be done a year early. While Philadelphia's solar plan stalled, another local agency has been benefiting from its new solar array. This is one of SEPTA's 2 sites in Franklin County.
Did the pandemic affect construction at all?
It didn't. This is a different kind of construction. It's outside.
Alyssa Edwards is with Lightsource BP, the company that developed SEPTA's solar project. The transit agency also announced its plans in 2019. One of the sites became operational in February of 2021.
SEPTA says these solar panels right here have already saved them $250,000.
The other site is expected to be operational later this year. Overall, SEPTA's total array is smaller than the city's planned farm. Megan Schultz is SEPTA's sustainable manager. She says the energy produced by SEPTA solar fields will deliver 20% of the transit agency's electric use.
It's not just that it is cost effective, it's actually a revenue stream for us.
All while the grass continues to grow on Philly's solar farm.
And Philadelphia officials were not able to tell us how much the city could have saved if the project was already operational. They also could not tell us how much taxpayers will save once the farm is operational. But they say that the panels will ultimately save the city money in the long term. For the investigators, Claudia Vargas, NBC10 News.